With the government shutdown still in place and the delays of SNAP benefits, there are a lot of question marks. And there's an even more need for life's necessities and providing a dignified experience that empowers their guests. Dunedin Cares Community Food Pantry continues to be on the forefront of helping our community with today's growing needs. And to share more, Christina Garcia is here. Welcome to the show. Christina, how are you?
Thank you, Natalie, for having me. I'm good.
So you and I were talking before we got started. I mean, there's so many question marks right now.
Yes.
I mean, for a while, there was a complete suspension of
Yes.
benefits for people. Now there's supposedly checks, but still that even leads to more questions, doesn't
Correct.
it?
Yeah, we really don't know. I mean, apparently an emergency fund was approved, and so checks were going to start being cut, but then we don't know who's going to cut them or when. So our guests are coming in and saying right now they're not getting funding. So it's extremely difficult right now. We had already seen an increase because pantries around us were closing because they weren't getting funding, just from the churches that were supporting them. And then now, of course, Saturday was, absolutely insane. We're a choice pantry, so people come in and shop with us.
Yeah.
So we're set up like a small grocery store, so our guests come in. We typically do about 50 families on a Saturday. We did 76 this past Saturday.
Really?
So it's going to be the same every single day.
And again, I mean, the need is there, the questions are there, but being able to have the elements that you do, like you said, you are a pantry that cares. You're able to provide a shopping kind of element. Are you going to still be able to do that? Is that still part of the cornerstone, that won't be lost depending on no matter what happens?
No, we're going to keep that way of doing business. We're not going to change that because that is just what makes us unique. And many of our guests, I mean, in the 10 years that we've been in business, they've come to know us that way and come to expect it.
Well, what do you need? What do you need from the community? Because like you talked about, the need is already there, as we saw many of the, food pantries kind of close down, whether it's the churches or anything around you. How can we help? I mean, I think a lot of us are maybe wanting to help or maybe looking for ways that, if we're having question marks within our lives, what do you tell people?
I mean, obviously anybody who needs to come in can come in as long as they live in Clearwater, Palm Harbor, or Dunedin area.
Okay.
If they live outside that area, then, we can give them items to go and then we'll give them reference information.
Wonderful.
For pantries that are in their area, but we do service Pinellas County. But going to DunedinCares.org and donating online is probably the best, just because then we can shop for the items that we need. We are spending about $15,000 to $20,000 a month on food. So it's very helpful if we have those donations so that we can fill in those gaps.
And I'm assuming, obviously, that is with the bigger need, that means the bigger bill you guys are going to see.
Absolutely.
And so, again, the monetary donations are the way to go, the best way.
Yes.
Anything else you want people to keep in mind? Because it is just such an uncertain time right now. And our friends, our neighbors, I mean, there are people out there who are struggling. What would you want people to know out there, and why that they can give or do what they can, or, maybe even volunteer, learn more about what you're able to do with Dunedin Cares?
I think the biggest thing that I can share with people is that this affects everyone. So we have a lot of grandparents who come to us because they're raising their grandkids on a fixed income.
Yeah.
The majority of our clients do work.
Yeah.
They're kind of, paycheck to paycheck, and that extra, groceries at the end of the week, it really helps them.
Yeah.
But I just say that, this affects people that are your neighbors. They're your friends. They're the people you go to church with. And, it does affect children. It affects seniors. It affects veterans, people who, have fought for this country. And we find it very important to support people. And I think it's really important at this time just to be kind to everyone.
I could not agree. What do we always say? It is not a they problem. It's an us problem. We all need to come together. Dunedin Cares Community Food Pantry. There's the information on your screen.